Is often asked whether personal injury settlements are public record. That leads me to an interesting discussion. First, I would say 90+% of personal injury cases are actually settled before a lawsuit has to be filed, meaning the parties involved in the accident, or more likely their insurance companies, actually work to settle the claims before any litigation starts. Most of the time, those settlements between two parties or their insurance companies are private, and a lot of the time that comes through a confidentiality agreement in the settlement documents. So, in that scenario, you won't see any settlement amounts, and that won't be public information. On the other hand, for those cases that do go to trial, the case still can settle before it goes to trial. And I would say the vast majority of lawsuits that are filed still do settle, whether that's through mediation or some sort of other informal discussion between plaintiff's counsel and defense counsel. And again, those agreements are often subject to confidentiality agreements between the parties as to the amount of the settlement. Now, in the case of it is not settled before a lawsuit's filed or settled during the litigation, then you may go to a jury verdict. And in that case, that will, most of the time, be public information. However, that doesn't necessarily answer the question, are settlements public? Because in that case, that is a jury verdict, in which case that will likely be public.